the road to WrestleMania it's getting rocky. It's getting treacherous. It's getting a whole lot of swerves and curves and all kinds of stuff going on with this. But what do we know for sure at this point?
I don't even know. They change every week. I know Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, possibly.
Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, and possibly AJ Styles.
And this is just a sidebar question, but isn't there a match this week on SmackDown versus the two of them, Randy Orton versus AJ Styles, to see who's going to fight him?
Well, here's the thing. AJ fought Luke Harper. Mm-hmm. He won.
Which I'm really impressed with Luke Harper. That match was actually a good match.
Luke Harper, to me, is the most... he's underrated in a lot of ways. I think he's... every time I see him do a promo, it's like, ooh, he can talk. Mm-hmm. He's not some bearded goof.
What'd you call me?
Well, yeah, sorry. When you're surrounded by people with beards, speak kindly of the beards. As well, I have a junior beard at this point. But no, every time I see the guy talking, I'm like, where was this? Why? I mean, he was just portrayed as like a goon or a Wyatt family member, and in the background. But it's like, could he be in line for a push? I don't know. But
all of a sudden, he's flipping over, jumping out of the ring and doing stuff
something.
You would not expect that of him.
But
I was gonna say, I seen him. If you watch their matches, even the stuff that he did in the tag team stuff he did in the past, watching him, you could see it for sure. I mean, silly things like that gator roll. Nobody does that move. But it's such a cool move. It's such a cool move, and I think he has a lot of potential. I've been seeing it for quite a while now. Personally, I think he's been doing well. But
I'm jealous of his beard.
That is a glorious beard. But what about out of the Wyatt family? You start out with Eric Rowan, Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt, the big build, they built this guy up for months upon months, and then all of a sudden, you see him get to a pay-per-view, he loses. Build him up. He loses again.
It's hard to make somebody the destroyer of worlds and this menacing character that's eventually supposed to take on people like The Undertaker and be of that level, and then lose every time they put him in a major match.
But, yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think that he has quite a bit of... The lineage there, the family history.
Oh my God.
He was going to get his push eventually. They built him. They built the character. They built the stable. The whole thing. He was going to get his push. It just sometimes I think it takes Vince and the rest of creative a little bit longer to know what they're going to do with somebody. They give the idea. They have the idea, and then it takes a while. It's taken a little bit longer with him, considering what it's been at least 3 years. Wouldn't you say?
At least
his mic skills just, the fans fell behind him, and
he's above
it took
and
a while
beyond.
for them to realize that this guy can draw.
Well, the thing that I will probably never forget is the WrestleMania in Dallas
last year.
Yeah, last year, and 100,000 people in that colossal the stadium that they have there, and they showed that shot of pretty much the whole crowd with the fireflies. Probably one of the most incredible scenes I've seen at a WrestleMania. How can you not take that in, and especially if you're a money guy like Vince, who bleeds money, bathes in it.
It's like Scrooge McDuck jumping in the pile of change.
But it's like, how can you not make money off of that? It's like, okay, we have this guy, he's mysterious, he does what he does, as far as like in the ring, he's a pretty good wrestler, but his character, his mic skills, and
I think his injuries held him back a little bit too. He got injured. He was injury prone for a little bit there too.
He was. He was. He definitely was. And then there came I think it came a point in time where they had to make a decision. And when he got the tag belts, along with Randy Orton, it was like, oh, could they be?
Randy Orton could have been that push to push him over. He could be, the jobber for that one,
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, did it take a Randy Orton, his stature, his, standing within the company to kind of give him that push?
Absolutely. I think the Randy Orton angle is what got this thing over, got him over for sure,
It was a great storyline, locking him in the back of the trailer, and then he disappears, and it was, it is what it is, but it was interesting. It brought attention to it.
I found it strange though that the angle they worked with him winning the Rumble and then taking 2 weeks and saying, "I'm not going to do it. I won't betray you," and then a week later he betrays him. I thought that was a little weird, but
it was different.
It harkened back to the days of a Triple H Randy Orton feud when they were fighting in their own homes and stuff like that. It reminded me of years ago, but it was it was different.
One of my favorites.
It was different.
Oh, the Brian Pillman.
No,
remember that?
Yeah,
remember that?
Brian Pillman. Yeah. But there was the Randy Orton Triple H. It was
yeah.
It was whatever the original Evolution broke up. I think.
Yeah.
Right at the end of that, the tail end of that.
Yeah, I mean,
Which also turned into the night that Kofi broke character.
Aren't you supposed to be Jamaican?
Love that one.
But I mean, I love the fact that that Bray is finally getting a shot, and it's like, okay, you put him in the Elimination Chamber. Who thought that he was going to win that?
Right.
And nobody here.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Baron was actually going to take it, believe it or not.
I thought, honestly, I thought Cena was going to win.
Oh God, no! I've seen enough.
I mean, I think we're well past Cena. I don't mind him. I mean, I honestly think that Cena he puts on a good match. He has a good character. He has great mic skills.
Still the face that runs the show.
He's a face, yeah, absolutely. But it's like, okay, we've seen you for like 12 years now. They have to find a successor. They have to find a group, a new core.
It's hard. I mean, you went from, your Hulk Hogan's to The Rock to Cena. There's nobody that really fits that over-the-top action hero Superman star anymore.
Not Roman Reigns.
Oh, God.
You see, I'm on Roman Reigns' side.
I know you are.
I like Roman Reigns. It's not his fault. It's not his fault that they had two wombats right that Royal Rumble.
Hey, he's the guy.
Okay, it's not his fault that he wound up where he is today, because he does put on a good match. You may not think so, but
I'm listening right now because I'll take it all in and then we'll discuss that point. But
okay,
go ahead.
But I like Roman Reigns. I think he puts on a good match. Yes, he has the Superman punch, which you loathe, but I'm just saying.
Whoa.
And a spear.
That too.
And a spear. But I think that he's gotten a raw deal. I think that it's.
I think the way they worked his angle, you're absolutely correct with the raw deal end of it. He's been pushed. And then they brought The Rock in after WrestleMania, and
oh my God,
that was rough because you can't hand a torch to somebody who hasn't done anything yet. I mean, the Shield stuff was cool, but he didn't even speak when he was in the Shield. He didn't. He was just a muscle. Yeah, the look is there, of course, but he got handed the golden ticket with nothing to back that up. So that was tough. That was
a lot of wrestlers have gotten that golden ticket.
You know what though?
But not as many chances. Like he's gotten so many chances. Like he's, you might be able to describe it a little better than I can. But I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But he's just had so many chances, and it's just.
But you know what though? I think that the fans, when he won the Royal Rumble the one year, okay. And the biggest mistake that they made was two big mistakes. One, having Daniel Bryan get eliminated early because he was a fan favorite at that time.
That killed him.
That,
Yes.
when that happened, yeah, when that happened, I'm like, uh-oh, whoever is going to win this is going to get, it's just not going to be good. Then all of a sudden, Roman Reigns comes down at the last guy, and I'm like, oh no. And then, of course, he wins it, and it's like, okay, he won it. And then, of course, the rock music hits, and I'm like, no. For the love of God and all that is holy, do not. I'm like, oh, here he is. So, and then The Rock came out, gave his endorsement. And it's like, oh, that's bad.
What do you think, though, that Roman Reigns getting himself caught in the substance abuse scandal kind of buried him in the card a little bit and hurt him? Well, it hurt him with the fans, too, especially the young fans.
Well,
because they were pointing the fingers at him even on Raw, and, you know.
He was already done for, though, at that point.
True,
I think
true.
he was well, when I say done for, he was the wrestling community, certain parts of it had already said, we're done with this guy, you know. But
I mean, there just came a point in time where after The Rock came out, because everybody knows that they're related, you know, they're cousins, blood,
Like all Samoans related.
blood brother cousins, you know, that kind of thing. And when they saw that, they were like, we don't, no, we're not like you. We don't like you, you know, and that was it, you know. But
then again, speaking of family, they hated Rocky Maivia at first too. So,
well, the thing about Rocky Maivia is that
I think it was the headdress.
yeah,
that was a pineapple haircut.
it would be a valid point.
True, yeah.
But you know, but you know, you go from Bray Wyatt, who is, we'll just say he's not a Vince guy. He's not a Vince type of guy, you know, as opposed to Roman Reigns, who is a Vince type of guy. He's cut. He's
Got the look.
he's got the look.
His mic skills are lacking, though.
Woof.
It's
Holy
getting better.
cow.
It's getting better. It's getting better. You know.
Although I'm not minding the Braun Stroman angle with him. That was an interesting ending to Raw with them, too.
I think that's where he needs to be.
Yeah.
that has the potential. I'm saying Roman Reigns has potential. That feud looks really interesting, right there. How long they carry it over, I don't know, but that's got it. It looks like an interesting match for sure.
Well, the thing about Braun Strowman is, for as big as he is athletic.
He's a phenom.
He pulled the move, that one you were talking about.
He's lying.
Handspring.
No,
say?
it's the flip up.
Oh, yeah.
Handspring or something like that. Yeah.
He's 6'8", 380 pounds, but does he have the mic presence and the mic skills to carry it? I don't know.
He's that Neanderthal that, you know, that you love, that George the Animal Steel type, that he could pull it off.
He's the monster.
He's the monster, yeah.
He's the monster.
He's definitely a monster. No doubt about that.
And again, a former Wyatt family member.
Oh my goodness. But you know what? But you know, I get, you know, does Vince have the courage to take Bray Wyatt and just let him run with it? Or does he go back to what he knows, and that is like a Randy Orton, you know, the look, his mic skills have improved over the years. He's actually decent now, you know.
I know somebody that might disagree with you, but you know me, I'm a Randy Orton fan.
Yeah, I did, but you know, but it's like, you know,
I sound like the hater in the group. I'm just gonna.
Cup of haters.
Yeah,
Cup of
exactly.
haters.
Exactly.
Cup of haters.